Welcome back. All right, my continuing look at teams that made the playoffs and got eliminated this year. We are up to the New Jersey Devils, continuing through the teams eliminated in round one. So the New Jersey Devils, an interesting story this year. They went out of their way last summer to fix the defense and the goaltending, and I think they did. The numbers would say that they did. And honestly, I understand they got eliminated in the first round by Carolina. Carolina's pretty good, so I still think New Jersey's doing all right. That being said, General Manager Tom Fitzgerald has already said they won't be coming back with the same group next year. How different that group's going to be, it'll be interesting to see what they decide to end up doing here. So looking back to 2022-2023, remarkable regular season that year, 52-22-8 record, 112 points. They got to the second round, lost in 5 games against the Carolina Hurricanes. Last season, 38-39-5 record for 81 points, no playoffs. This year, 42-33-7 record, 91 points, and they lose in the first round against the Carolina Hurricanes in 5. The best thing for New Jersey to do next time out, don't play Carolina in the playoffs. That would be the best way to maybe get ahead. That being said, I think they're a pretty good team. A lot of discussion about Sheldon Keefe and his coaching abilities. The thing that I've noticed about coaches is that they're all called losers until they win. Paul Maurice being the most recent example, where during his time in Winnipeg, they were playing like, no, he's not good. He needs to be replaced. And then all of a sudden he goes to Florida and everything works out. So there is still the chance that Sheldon Keefe can help this team get over the hump. Tom Fitzgerald is general manager. There's been a lot of discussion about the job he's done and the team he's thrown together. So looking at some of the stats, Jesper Bratt, the leading scorer for New Jersey this year, 81 games, 21 goals, 67 assists, 88 points. In the playoffs, 5 games, 1 goal, 2 assists for 3 points. Jack Hughes, of course, got hurt. 62 games played, did not appear in the playoffs. During the regular season, in those 62 games, 27 goals, 43 assists, 70 points. And with Jack Hughes, there is going to be that discussion about his ability to stay healthy throughout a full season. And I don't think that we're too early in his career to have that discussion. This isn't the first time we've seen him miss some time. But yeah, him being able to stay healthy, and he's going to be working on his strength and conditioning this summer. We'll see how things go into next year. Nico Hischier, 75 games, 35 goals, 34 assists, 69 points during the regular season. And then in the playoffs, 4 goals in 5 games. Nico Hischier, one of the best two-way forwards in the game. And the point totals that he puts out, pretty solid as well. So yeah, Hischier, no complaints about any of his play. Timo Meier, 80 games, 26 goals, 27 assists, 53 points. In the playoffs, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points in 5 games. Luke Hughes, an interesting story with Luke Hughes, of course, 71 games, 7 goals, 37 assists, 44 points. He missed time with injury as well, just played the one playoff game. Did not record a point there. And so with Luke Hughes, we're not talking about him being injury prone yet, but we'll see. We'll see if he's able to play the full 82 as well. And if not, then that's going to be problematic for their blue line. Markstrom gave them the goaltending they wanted. 26-16-6 record, 900 save percentage. In the playoffs, he was 1-4, but he also had a 911 save percentage. So he played pretty well in the playoffs, gave them competent goaltending, which was an issue the previous year. Jake Allen, 13-16-1, but a 906 save percentage. Nico Daws, 3-1 with a 939 save percentage. So does Daws get a shot at the backup job next season? Or do they bring somebody else in? Do they try to re-sign Jake Allen? We shall see. They are going to have some money. At $12.04 million in cap space on July the 1st. It does look like a lot of money until you realize there's some pending UFAs, and either you bring those UFAs back or you're trying to replace them. Either way, it's going to cost you some money, right? So they don't have a first round pick this year. They have 2 second round picks this year. So it is a weaker draft and all that, but still trading away first round draft picks is tricky. There's a lot of risk there. Timo Meier, when we look at the contracts, $8.8 million cap hit till 2031. It's high. Absolutely, it's high. I think at that number, you're probably hoping Meier scores more than 30 goals in a season, but it's not egregious. It's not a terrible contract. Jack Hughes, $8 million cap hit till 2030. An absolute bargain as long as he's in the lineup. As long as he's able to play, Jack Hughes is a bargain at $8 million. Jesper Bratt, $7.88 million until 2031. For a guy who's above a point per game, yeah, that's a bargain as well. So some good contract negotiations for New Jersey. Nico Hischier, $7.25 million contract till 2027. He's going to get paid at the end of this contract. And Palat, $6 million till 2027. If they decide they want to make some more cap space, it is possible that Palat's name is at least out there to see if there's any takers on that contract just to add some more cap space for them. Dougie Hamilton, $9 million cap hit till 2028. He missed time with injury as well. And so he joins the list of players for New Jersey I hope have a healthy season next year. Pesce, $5.5 million cap hit till 2030. I like Pesce a lot. Did he get hurt this year? Yeah, he missed some games this year as well. A lot of players did for New Jersey. Markstrom, the cap hit New Jersey's paying on Markstrom's contract is $4.13 million for one more year. So will they talk to Markstrom about an extension this summer? Will they just let him play out the final year of his contract? It'll be interesting to see what they end up doing. So looking at their pending free agents, on the unrestricted side, Tatar. Tatar was very quiet offensively this season. Bastian, a fourth liner, I think he probably sticks around. He's not going to cost him a ton. Lazar, it'll be up to Lazar, I would think, as to whether or not he sticks around. Sprong is another one. Dowling, another one. So just depth forwards there, really. And then on the blue line, you have Dumoulin, who's likely just a rental at the deadline. And Jake Allen in net. Allen's contract being up. Our restricted free agents, Luke Hughes. So how much is Luke Hughes worth? For how long? Do you sign him to an 8-year extension? What do you do if you are the New Jersey Devils? Be very interested to see how much money he gets, because that'll lead into that $12 million in cap space. In fact, I'd go further. You kind of have to get Luke Hughes' contract figured out so that you know how much money you're playing with on July the 1st. Otherwise, you're putting yourself into some cap uncertainty if you leave Luke Hughes out there as a restricted free agent this summer. So look for New Jersey to get that contract extension done, I would think, before July the 1st. Otherwise, things could go crazy from there. It is quite the blue line they have. Just looking at the depth chart, Luke Hughes, Brett Pesce, Jonas Siegenthaler, Dougie Hamilton, Brendan Dillon, Shimon Nemitz, and Seamus Casey. So we'll see if Casey gets into the lineup regularly, if he ends up being the number 7 guy next year, what they end up doing. But all these defensemen are under contract. I guess one way to look at it, too, is with all the injuries New Jersey deals with, odds are Casey's going to be in the lineup because somebody's going to get hurt anyways. Now, others that are on the way, 2024 number 10 pick, Anton Soleyev is out there, and he will be coming in, you'd have to think, soon. I haven't seen that he's signed anything yet. Mikhail Yegorov, goaltender, is also considered to be a pretty top prospect for them. And Lenny Haminaho. Haminaho. There we go. Has signed an entry-level contract, and so he will be given every opportunity to make the lineup this fall. And if he doesn't, he'll end up in Utica. So, unless they have a contract where if he doesn't make the NHL lineup, he ends up going back over to Europe. There are players that do that as well. So it'll be interesting to see what their lineup looks like next year, how many players get moved out. I don't think any of the big money contracts get moved, but the supporting cast could absolutely change. Now, looking at goal scoring. They had 2.93 goals scored per game during the regular season. That was 20th overall. In the playoffs, that dropped down to 2.2 goals per game because Carolina, right? Goals against per game. They were actually 5th in the National Hockey League this year at 2.68 goals against per game. So the defense, the goaltending, very good there. And in the playoffs, that changed. 3.8 goals against per game. So keep in mind that 9/11 save percentage. Yeah, Carolina had a ton of shots. They are just so hard to defend against. The power play during the regular season was 3rd in the National Hockey League at 28.2%. In the playoffs, it was no. There was not a goal. 0. Zilch, 0. The penalty kill during the regular season was 2nd in the NHL at 82.7%. In the playoffs, that drops off to 68.4%. That added to the 0% power play tells you special teams did not help them in that first round. A couple of players I wanted to talk about as well. Paul Cotter, whose defensive numbers may not have been fantastic, but he throws 245 hits, and he had 16 goals. A lot of those I seem to remember being earlier in the season than later, but I think Cotter did a pretty good job for himself there. And Brendan Dillon, 191 hits, 108 block shots. So bringing the game that he's played the only way that he knows how to play for many years to New Jersey, and I think that revamped blue line did him pretty well. So now, going into next year, you have to think it's a matter of finding more goals. And part of that is going to be players staying healthy. not losing Luke Hughes for a quarter of the season Jack Hughes for a quarter of the season would go a long way. And so we'll see if he's able to stay healthy next season. The expectation is anybody who's injured, had surgery, anything like that since before the playoffs, whenever, with all the Devils walking wounded, they should all be healthy come training camp. And then it's a matter of, does this team get better next season? So what would you do if you were Tom Fitzgerald in this offseason? Who would you keep? Who would you move out? How do you feel about the job Sheldon Keefe did behind the bench? And how optimistic are you that next season New Jersey makes another bit of a climb, maybe gets back into that 100-plus point range, and maybe looks a little more contenderish than they did this year? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below as always. Hit like and subscribe in the event you may not have done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. I will talk to you again soon.